Hi everyone, today we're going to be using the distributive property to simplify some expressions. Make sure you have your notes handy and you can follow along with them. You'll have to fill in some numbers along the way. So let me talk a little bit about the distributive property. There are three ways I could simplify this numeric expression. First of all, I can use order of operations, add 4 plus 6, get 10. 2 times 10 is 20. I can also think of this as two groups of 4 plus 6. So 4 plus 6 and 4 plus 6. Each one will give me 10, and together it'll give me 20. I don't know why I would ever do that. And lastly, we can use the distributive property. If you remember the distributive property from 6th and 7th grade, we called it feeding the birds. Excuse me. You can multiply 2 times 4, get 8, and 2 times 6, and get 12. Then 8 plus 12 will give you 20. Now, many of you might say, why would I use the distributive property when I can just add them and multiply? Well, first of all, sometimes the numbers are easier to work with if you multiply the two parts before adding them. However, there is another reason. When we have variables involved, I cannot add x and 7 if I don't know what x is, but I can still simplify this with the distributive property. If I thought of this as 4 groups of x plus 7, I'm going to have 4 x's and 28. But let's practice this. I have 4 groups of x plus 1 half. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 1 half, or half of 4, is 2, plus 2. Let's try another one. I have negative 8 times 1/4 n. Well, negative 8 times 1/4 is going to give me a negative 2n. Now, when you multiply this negative times this 2, I want you to think of that as a negative 2 you're multiplying it by. So negative 8 times a negative 2 will give me a positive 16. Next, I have 1/3 times 12x minus 18. 1/3 of 12x will give me 4x. 1/3 of, think again, of that is a minus 18 or a negative 18, will give me a negative 6. So 4x minus 6. Negative 1/3 times 1/3 y plus 1 half. Negative 1/3 times positive 1/3 will give me a negative 1/9 y. Then negative 1/3 times a positive 1 half give me a negative 1/6. So negative 1/9 y minus 1/6. Now you can try distributing a negative. What do you think is going to happen here? Well, what you don't see is this invisible 1. Think of this as a negative 1. So a negative 1 times a negative x will give me a positive x. Negative 1 times positive 31 give me a negative 31. So x minus 31. Let's try this one. Negative 1, the invisible 1, times 4x will give me a negative 4x. Negative 1 times that negative 12 will give me a positive 12. Okay, now we're going to put yesterday and today together. We're going to use the distributive property, and then we're going to combine some like terms, if we can. So notice this 1 half is being multiplied by 8x plus 30. It's not being multiplied by this. So we just need to make sure we distribute the 1 half to the 8x, which will give me 4x, and the 1 half to the 30, which will give me 15. Now I'm going to distribute this. Think of it as negative 6 to the x. So negative 6 times x will give me a negative 6x or a minus 6x. Then the negative 6 times negative 2 will give me a positive 12. Those can get tricky. Make sure you catch that minus in front of there. So now I have 4x plus 15 minus 6x plus 12. Well, I have some like terms, my 4x and my negative 6x to start with. So 4x and negative 6x combined will give me a negative 2x. And 15 and 12 together will give me a positive 27. And that's as far as I can go. I cannot combine these. These are not like terms. This one has an x, this one does not. Let's try another one. 1/3 multiplied by the quantity 9a minus 15. Then I'm going to subtract 7a plus 6. Remember, we have that hidden invisible 1 there. 1/3 times 9a will give me 3a. Whoops. Why is that like that? I don't know. And 1/3 minus that times negative 15 will give me a minus 5. I don't know why my a is down here. That is weird. Now I need to distribute that negative 1, negative 7a. I need to fix this. This is bugging me. This is negative 3a. This is not here. We got to fix that. Okay. And I didn't mean to do that. Go back to my pen. Add my a here. Cross off this. Now I need to distribute this negative. Negative times 7a will give me a negative 7a. And then negative times a positive 6 will give me a negative 6. Now what like terms can I combine? I can combine this 3a and this minus 7a, which will give me a negative 4a. And then I have negative 5 and negative 6, which give me negative 11. So negative 4a minus 11. Okay, that's it. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.